COVID-19 means in those conditions we can able to detect these antibodies in the patient serum. Okay, and precautions include immune response may not fully. Yes, still we don't know the exact immune response of this COVID-19. So we need to perform all these three tests. So RT-PCR in the first 1 week, and antigen test by ELISA and serological test. That is why we are usually doing serological test commonly, because by serology test we can able to detect already infected patients, but recent infected patients can only detected by RT-PCR test. Okay, so these are the three types of lab diagnosis we are doing so far. So the same thing I have given in another page also. So both blood tests and swab tests are equally important. Both PCR test and blood tests are the equally important tests to perform for a suspected COVID-19 patient. So both are equally important. So that's it. These are the types of tests we have. RT-PCR test. Parallelly, we can also do chest CT. So chest CT scan also can be performed to detect accumulation of any fluids in the lungs. Okay. So that is the available laboratory test we have so far. So coming to the testing strategy, this testing strategy is, so first we will take the cluster, the person who is highly likely to get infection, such as if a person moving from one state to another state. First, what we will do rapid antibody test. In the rapid antibody test, if we got positive means definitely the patient has COVID-19. If the patient got negative test means, then in the negative patients we will go for RT-PCR test. So in the negative patient we will go for RT-PCR. By RT-PCR, definitely if he has virus means definitely we will get positive. If RT-PCR came negative means yes, he's negative only. Okay. In the rapid test, if it got negative means parallelly we can also do antibody detection test. Negative means negative, positive means possible COVID-19 patient. But the recent data shows that even if you have common cold, because coronaviruses will cause common cold actually, even common cold patients also getting positive for COVID-19. So these serological tests are not so accurate. So serological tests are not so accurate. Okay. So because even common cold individuals are getting positive. So most of the positive cases that we are seeing in the news are false positive results only actually. So because primarily we are relying on the antibody test, because compared to PCR test, antibody test will take around 50 rupees, whereas PCR test will take 3050 rupees. So compared to 3000 rupees, always cheaper test will be better for performing on a larger population. So that is why we are doing the antibody test. So first we are doing antibody test, and that is why even in antibody test we are getting positive means that doesn't mean he is a COVID-19 positive. Maybe he may have a coronavirus related common cold also. So we need to be cautious regarding this. So anyway, these are few limitations we have. Since it is a novel virus, still we don't have a very rigid test protocols to detect these viruses. So I need not to discuss about much regarding the exact procedure of this test. So what are the advantages of RT-PCR, the serological test over RT-PCR test is cost only. So PCR will cost 4,000, whereas the serological test won't cost more than 50 rupees. So that is why we are doing serological test. This is the rapid COVID-19 rapid test we have so far, which is given by Biomedomics. Okay, so this is the standardized COVID-19 rapid test so far we have. So what are the treatment for COVID-19 till now? So what is the treatment that we are giving? If we see any mild symptoms of COVID-19 in the patient, the only treatment that we are doing is isolating the patient in the home and making him to rest and giving fluids to the patient. That's it. No more than this. So if the patient has mild symptoms of COVID-19, then we are isolating and we are keeping the patient in home quarantine, and we are making the patient to rest and giving fluids to the patient. If there is severe complications, so severe complications are usually seen in elder people. So this is an elder guy. So in elder people, we are seeing severe complications. So in case of severe complications, definitely we need supportive care. He need ICU. So we need to provide fluids to the patient, we need to provide oxygen, and we need to keep the patient in the ventilatory support. So the recent data shows that during ICU, laying the person on a dorsal aspect like this have more relief than laying on the backside of the neck. So in this position, there is a high chance of curing, high chance of recovery if the patient laying in this position, and he need to keep a a pillow near the abdomen. So this position giving more relaxation, more relieving to the patients who has severe complications, right? So then for treatment, we thought in the beginning that since it is a respiratory virus, we tried with some common respiratory viral drugs like remdesivir, leponavir, ritonavir, chloroquines and hydrochloroquine are tried for a alternative treatment by the available drugs. But still, all these drugs have shown no clinical benefit. In the beginning, we tried with these drugs, but they haven't shown any clinical benefit out of these drugs. Meanwhile, our highly respected President Trump, he already bought all the chloroquine from India. So never fall in the traps until it is giving the statement given by either CDC or World Health Organization. Now, chloroquine has many side effects. It will cause many lethal side effects can be occurred due to chloroquine. So far, there is no clinical benefits out of any available drugs. So, but recent data showed that dexamethasone. So dexamethasone showing some possible therapeutic benefits are shown by dexamethasone, which is a drug that decreased mortality in critically ill individuals. So in critically ill individuals, the mortality rate has been decreased by giving this particular medicine called dexamethasone. So meanwhile, parallelly, we can go for serotherapy. So the person who has recovered from COVID-19, his serum can be given to the severely ill patient, and it can have a very good therapeutic effect. So serotherapy is an alternative treatment for COVID-19. Coming to the prophylaxis, still we don't have any prophylaxis, and vaccines cannot be expected until the end of 2021. So until next December, we cannot expect any COVID vaccine for COVID-19. Still, we need some time to develop COVID-19 vaccine. Maybe the vaccine may be available in India by 2022. So that is the available things. So flatten the curve can be done by staying isolated, hand washing, avoid touching T-zone. So what is this T-zone? T-zone means your mouth, nose, and both the eyes are called as T-zone. So don't touch your nose, mouth, and eyes whenever you are in the public. Okay, avoid using such skills of touching your hands in your eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay, then wearing a mask whenever you are going outside is one possible prevention. And if you are a healthcare personnel, always wear complete personal protective equipment. So we can able to raise the line by training frontline workers and building more hospitals, providing more PPE to the healthcare workers. We can able to raise the line. Meanwhile, we can flatten the curve by mandatory lockdowns and isolating and quarantine strategies. So this is the only thing that we can do during a pandemic situation, since there is no drugs available. So believe it or not, in the December itself, there is a doctor from China. His name is Dr. Li Wenliang. So Dr. Li Wenliang has been he has the one who given the he outspoken regarding this COVID-19 pandemic. The China tried to suppress this doctor, but this doctor really take a challenging task, and he raised the awareness regarding COVID-19 severity. So we don't know what happened to Dr. Li Wenliang, but he has been died in February 7, 2020. Obviously, we know the reason. So the Chinese government has, we don't know what happened to him, but he is the one who given alarm to the World Health Organization. Until World Health Organization also don't know what happening within China. So the Chinese officials haven't leaked any information regarding the ongoing viral outbreak in Wuhan. But our Dr. Li Wenliang played a vital role in stating the raising the alarm regarding COVID-19 outbreak, and we don't know why he died. Obviously, it is a attempted murder only. Someone has murdered. Definitely, that is the most possible thing. So anyway, so we need to thank this person a lot. So the only thing that we can do during pandemic is we need to suppress people, or the only threat we have so far is people like him. Until we are suppressing their mouths, the pandemic never end. He is responsible for decreasing the funds to the World Health Organization. He don't know what World Health Organization did in the past. World Health Organization eradicated polio. It eradicated smallpox. It has a very rich history of suppressing global pandemics. So never fall in the fake media and people like them. Okay. So thank you very much regarding COVID-19. So there is no much things to discuss from my side. Also, I'm too clueless regarding complete understanding of COVID-19. So thank you very much, students. So shall we move forward to the 5th unit, students? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Can I move forward? Are you listening, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
See,
sir. Yes, sir.
okay, I have
Sir,
only.
who's murdered the Dr. Lee, sir?
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Asim, Dr. Lee.
Yes, sir. Who's murdered, sir? Dr. Lee.
We don't know. We don't know. He has been died, and we don't know the reason of his death. We don't know. Actually, we know. That is Chinese government only. There is an young scientist, a lady scientist. Even she, they tried to kill her, and she escaped to Europe, and she raised the same thing. The Chinese suppressed the scientist voice. They haven't allowed to speak regarding COVID-19. Anyway, now we know the truth, right? Uh, anyway, I don't want to raise any conspiracies or any haterism on any country. Leave it, leave it. So coming to the 5th unit, students, this will happen. This will happen actually. No one interested, right? No one tell that we did mistake. Yeah. Okay. So forget all those things. Take precautions. Okay. Stay indoors. If you're going outside, please keep masks. And okay. So it is not you. You are not going to get any infection. Even if you get infection, you will be happily safe. You don't have any death out of COVID-19. But the real problem is with your elder people only, in your family members only. Okay. If you care your family members, then you should follow the protocols given by the government, wearing mask, PPE. Okay. So see them. It is not about you. It is all about your parents only. Even we stopped educational institutes for the sake of saving the elder people of our society, which is your parents and my parents. They are most prone to the COVID-19. We already know what happened to Ashwin's father, right? So it is serious. The things are really serious regarding COVID-19. Never underestimate COVID-19. So coming to the module 5, students. So module 5, in the 4th unit, in the 5th unit, we have DNA viruses. So I will start with the smallpox, a really interesting virus, and I won't take much time. I will try my level best to finish smallpox in this today itself. Okay. So I want to discuss some important things. So far we discussed first unit we finished, second unit finished, third unit, fourth unit finished, and 5th unit. In the 5th unit, you have DNA viruses. DNA viruses include smallpox and herpes viridae family. Herpes family include HSV, CMV, Epstein-Barr, and Varicella Zoster. All these are herpes viruses. So they won't take much time. I think I will take around 3 lectures. That means next maybe within 3 lectures, I will finish herpes viruses, and I need 2 more lectures to complete hepatitis and adeno. That means within 2 weeks, we are going to finish the 5th unit. Then what about 6th unit? Hereafter, 6th unit have only PCR. So I will discuss in detail about 6th unit in the lab. So I will utilize the lab timing for finishing unit 6. So both unit 6 and unit 5 will be finished parallelly, side by side. In the lab, we will discuss about unit 6. In the theory, we will discuss about unit 5. By that, within 2 weeks, we can finish the syllabus. So don't worry about syllabus. I will finish it. You need not to worry about anything. Okay. So coming to the 5th unit, the first virus is smallpox. So smallpox. Okay. So smallpox. So yeah, this is the new families. So DNA families, we already know. What are the DNA families? HAP-Q, HAP3. That means H stands for herpes viruses, adenoviruses, pox viruses, papoviruses, parvoviruses, and the viruses, the actual virus names include DNA has the potential. Has, HAS. H stands for herpes viridae. In herpes viridae, we have 3: alpha viruses, beta viruses, and gamma viruses. Kindly mute yourself. So herpes viruses include alpha viruses, beta viruses, and gamma viruses. Alpha viruses include herpes simplex 1, herpes simplex 2, Epstein-Barr virus. Beta viruses include cytomegalovirus, and gamma virus include varicella zoster. I need not to discuss about RNA viruses, right? So other than this, we have adenovirus, smallpox, and hepatitis. So these are the complete DNA viruses we have. So RNA viruses, we successfully finished ProgBT. So I need not to discuss much regarding RNA viruses. So the curve will shift to left side. So yeah. So in this today's lecture, we are going to discuss about pox virus. So pox virus belongs to the family pox viruses itself. So let us discuss about pox virus in detail in today's lecture. So pox virus. Coming to the introduction to pox virus. So if you see the history of pox virus is one of the okay. I forgot to tell one important. Sorry, students. Smallpox. Particularly, we are discussing smallpox. In your syllabus, you have smallpox actually. So let me show you the syllabus here. So in the syllabus, they given smallpox to you. Okay. So the first one is smallpox. So I will discuss about smallpox. So we have many pox viruses, but we will particularly discuss about smallpox. So if you see the history of smallpox, this information I taken from the CDC. So the Center for Disease Control. From CDC, I got this information that the pox virus is one of the oldest virus we know. So one of the oldest viral infection. We even saw pox virus infection to Egyptian mummies. So Egyptian mummies dated back 3000 years old. Egyptian mummies also got infected by pox virus. So smallpox is one of the deadliest disease. If you don't understand the smallpox, I will show the images. So this has been become a pandemic. So some 4000 years ago, smallpox became a pandemic, and it responsible for killing millions of people globally. Okay, so this is the smallpox which is available in the written scripts of China. So in the China and Korea, this data is around almost 3 to 4,000 years old data. So in even 3 to 4,000 years old scripts, they showed the smallpox infection. So this is a person who was infected by smallpox. If you are not getting the significance of these diagrams, I will show the real also. So in the European countries, these are the images that are taken from European countries
Sir,
in the
what
year
is that
1200.
left person?
Huh?
So on that image,
Here.
there were 2%.
Yeah, both are smallpox only. Both are smallpox, severe and normal. Okay, in the smallpox, we will have these poxes. I will discuss about later. First, we will have a nodule. Okay, then this nodule will discharge blood in the later stage. So this is later stage. This is starting stage and this is later stage. So let me show you the actual smallpox images. So this is a European findings of smallpox. So this is the smallpox. So a severe infection. I don't know whether you are getting the severity of smallpox or not. Now you will get. If you are sensitive hearted, I'm sorry, doesn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. Okay, but you need to be stay strong. The next images will be really hurting to you. So spoiler alert. Okay.
The images are getting goosebumps.
Yeah. So if I'm hurting you, I'm sorry, but I want to show you the images of smallpox. I want to show, then only you will get the significance of smallpox. So these images I taken from Wikipedia. So these are a legal images that I can share with you. So this is a small girl which is infected by smallpox. So this is an actual smallpox infection which was infected from Bangladesh girl. So the image source is from Wikipedia. We can't even see how deadly it is. See the smallpox. So these are the images of smallpox in Africa, and this is the smallpox in Europe. So smallpox completely spread throughout the globe, and a really deadly infection. So these are the images of smallpox. So this is how a smallpox looks like. So you will have a very deadly nodules over the skin. So the target site of the virus to replicate is skin itself. So it will cause these pox formations on the skins. So this is the natural infections of smallpox. So now I want to discuss a story, a simple history, a short history about the smallpox. So in 1600s, the people saw an unknown new virus, an unknown infection in the cows. So this cow, the mammary glands of the cow got infected by these pox-like lesions. So these are the cowpox actually. So this is a cowpox infection seen on the cows. Okay. So if you see these lesions, these lesions are very similar to the smallpox. So this is a cowpox infection and this is a smallpox infection. So the lesions are looking very similar between smallpox and cowpox, right? So both smallpox and cowpox lesions are looking very similar. So this became very deadly among cattle and many cattle are died. Many cows are died due to this cowpox infection. I'm sorry, cowpox infection. Then there is a scientist. Okay, his name is Edward Jenner. So this is an Edward Jenner. So what Edward Jenner thought is, by seeing the similar resemblance of the cowpox with the smallpox, he thought like this. So he was investigating this smallpox very clearly. Okay, he's investigating this smallpox for past 2 years. He's investigating what is this cowpox, like that. Okay, then he started observing the milkmaids. So what is milkmaid? Milkmaid means the woman who will take milk from a cow is called as milkmaid. So here is the Edward Jenner, and Edward Jenner started observing these milkmaids. So what he saw is, even though there is a deadly smallpox infection in the community, these milkmaids are not getting affected by smallpox. Milkmaids are not getting smallpox infection. Not even a single milkmaid got infection of smallpox. And he observed very cleanly them, and some of the milkmaids got smallpox. Then he thought, why some milkmaids getting smallpox and why some are not getting smallpox? Then he saw the cow once again. The milkmaid that is worked with a infected cow, that milkmaid does not got smallpox infection. The woman who touched the infectious cow, that woman did not get the smallpox infection. And this is one of a revolutionary idea that is struck in the mind of Edward Jenner. So immediately what Edward Jenner thought is, somehow the infected cows are protecting the milkmaids from smallpox. I think these cow lesions have a property of stopping the infection. So at that time only a new branch of medicine started arising. That medicine is called homeopathy. So what is this homeopathy? Homeopathy idea is like cures like. They used to say like cures like. What do you mean by like cures like? That means what in the ancient China, in some area, the homeopathy started in ancient China. So what they thought is, in ancient China, they are using this bee poison, this bee sting poison. You know, right? What is bee? That honeybees. So honeybees poison they are using for inflammation. If a person has any inflammation, means they are using honeybee poison, and that inflammation was recovering. So they said, even though honeybee is a poison, we know, but if we apply that poison, it is causing a cure. It is acting like a therapeutic agent. So like cures like. So that idea is there. That idea was started in in these days, like cures like. So immediately our Edward Jenner take that homeopathy, but homeopathy is a bogus. Yes, I'm saying homeopathy is a bogus. Okay, homeopathy is not a real medicine. But our Edward Jenner took it to a next level extremism. What he did is, literally, he took the cowpox lesion and he injected that lesion into a girl, and that woman was protected from smallpox infection. So immediately our Edward Jenner started giving vaccine, the same cowpox. He given cowpox inoculation to the younger children in his society, and all younger children was protected from smallpox infection. So this is the first time we used vaccine as a therapeutic agent, and that vaccine, the word vaccine, was coined by our Edward Jenner. So that is why Edward Jenner is termed as a father of vaccinology, or father of immunology sometimes, or father of even virology. So Edward Jenner did a major contributions in the field of vaccinology. So he took the same cowpox lesion and he inoculated that cowpox in a small younger children. and those younger children was protected from smallpox infection. So a very successful story in the medicine, in the field of prophylaxis or vaccination. So this is an actual photo which was portrayed by a artist when the Edward Jenner giving vaccine to this younger child. So yes, so smallpox was eradicated due to our Edward Jenner only. So Edward Jenner, he's a fellow of Royal Society, and he termed the vaccine, and yes, he contributed a lot in the vaccinology. So Edward Jenner, a huge respect to this guy. He is the father of immunology, and he pioneered the smallpox vaccine. So he's an English doctor. So yeah, so by this I will start our today's lecture. So that is what I want to tell students. So by seeing this Edward Jenner contributions, then the next generation scientist Robert Koch, he started developing. He's a bacteriologist, and he developed BCG vaccine. And we have our Louis Pasteur, who developed the rabies vaccine. So we are standing on shoulders of giants. So all these scientists, we shared their knowledge. They are on their shoulders. Today we are living healthily because of their contributions in medicine. So as our Newton always used to say, so people used to say Newton is a very great scientist. But what Newton used to say is, I'm not a great scientist, rather than I'm standing on shoulders of giants. So I was standing on my forefathers' knowledge. Because of my forefathers' knowledge only, I'm standing today. I'm on their shoulders. Because of them only, I able to see the farther distance. I came to know much things because I'm standing on my shoulders of giants. So yes, scientists helped a lot to make the world a better place. Unfortunately, there is no temples for scientists. A cruel reality. Anyway, so coming to the point, sometimes I will deviate. It's my problem. Timeline of smallpox. So smallpox became a deadly infection from 1580s, and it caused millions of deaths. Okay. Then in 1967, it became an epidemic and endemic. So a possible pandemic outbreak of smallpox occurred. At this time, only for preventing smallpox infection, a new organization has been established to keep a check to smallpox infection. A new international organization has been established for eradicating smallpox. And you know what is that organization? That organization is the World Health Organization. World Health Organization has been established for making smallpox dead. Okay, so you know what happened at last? So World Health Organization has been established in 1965. In 1948, the World Health Organization has been established, and by 1977, World Health Organization has been successfully eradicated smallpox. So this is a great news which was published in a newspaper in May 1980. You know what is the news? Smallpox is dead. So the World Health Organization released a bulletin stating that there is no smallpox, no more smallpox. So yes, a deadly disease has been eradicated completely. A disease that is present for thousands of years has been eradicated by World Health Organization by 1980. So World Health Organization, never underestimate World Health Organization. It is the one which is doing frontline research in any global pandemics, either in the past or in the future. I don't know why this Trump decreased the funding to the World Health Organization. He's really an idiot. They are the one who's doing the next generation research on any global outbreaks, and suspending funds to World Health Organization is one of the stupid that this person did. America is one of the country that is giving more funds to WHO, and stopping funds is one of the, I cannot say, Trump need to be removed from, he need to be voted out. World Health Organization did major contributions, and it is the World Health Organization today in the front line. It is due to WHO warning we imposed the lockdown, a nationwide lockdown imposed due to WHO only. So yeah, so yes, so this is the, once upon a time, this is the status of smallpox. And after coming World Health Organization, after World Health Organization giving the vaccine globally, and today we have a happy future. So World Health Organization bring back the smiles in our faces. It made our lives a better lives. It given us a good life. So always we need to support them even in crisis, even if they do mistake also. We should not criticize them. Sometimes may or may not be, they may do some mistake. That doesn't mean you are threatening them, right? You just see their past history. How dare you to suspend the funds to who? Anyway, so yeah, so in the next lecture, I will discuss about smallpox, students. Very straightforward lecture, okay? There is nothing much to discuss. I think within half an hour, I can finish smallpox. So in the Wednesday, we can finish smallpox and we can start herpes viruses by Wednesday. So yeah, thank you for today, students. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Usually, I will take classes like this only. You already know, right? I want to show the major history. Studying things is a simple thing. Understanding and knowing the history is main thing. That is how you will learn the past. Can I end this session? Is there any doubts? Why everyone silence? Okay, let me download the attendance and I can say goodbye to you. Okay, thank you, students. You can leave. Thank you very much.